Tag subscribers, what's going on, guys? Kelly here, and we have weird news for you. But before we get to that, let me talk about the gameplay a little bit. This is a really excellent KD score, high kill score. Actually, it might not be the best KD. I think I get quite a few deaths. It was a really laggy game. But what's more important about this gameplay was that I was never gonna upload it because these players are really bad. And I asked Twitter, I was like, yo, you guys want me to upload this video? I don't think I should. People are way too bad in this game. I don't know if that's entertaining. But you guys wanted me to upload it, so I did. But like I said, the game itself was super laggy, and I'm recording it from theater mode. And so if you see me aiming at the wall, but the player is in a different spot, it was lag during the game. It doesn't show in theater mode. It doesn't show that I had lag, so it just looks like I'm stupid. So I guess now we kind of understand where laggy deaths come from. You're apparently in a completely different spot, or you're aiming somewhere completely different. But anyways, let's get to weird news. In my home state of Illinois, a law was passed recently that made it so sex offenders could not, 1, pass out candy, 2, dress up like Santa Claus, and 3, dress up like the Easter Bunny. When I when I first read this story, I didn't read that it was just sex offenders. So I was like, what? We can't dress up like Santa Claus anymore? What the frick is going on, Illinois? What? Doesn't make sense. What a dumb law. And then I saw it had sex offenders attached to it, which is good. Obviously, they're targeting pedophilia with, the Halloween candy, the Santa, and Easter Bunny, because could you just imagine a pedophile, who has been caught, so he's a registered sex offender. Obviously, you can't catch, a pedophile that's not caught yet. But a registered sex offender dressing up like Santa Claus, going to the mall, acting like he's on break or something, because obviously he wouldn't be hired as the official Santa Claus. He wouldn't be in that elaborate display. But I could totally see one pretending to be a Santa on break and just, having kids come up to him oh, I know you're not at your display or anything, but can I tell you what I want for Christmas? And he'd be like, yeah, sit on my lap. I wouldn't like that. That's creepy. Also, what do you think? What do you think sex offenders give away as Halloween candy? What candy is the sex offender candy? I'd like to know. Our next story is kind of depressing, but really interesting at the same time. So, a college student started a project in an effort to find out how to help turtles cross the road. Because I don't know if you guys know, but turtles seem to cross the road, and so do a lot of animals. But the problem with turtles is that they're obviously really slow, so they tend to get hit a lot. So what this guy did for one of his research methods was to actually make a fake turtle and then place that in the middle of the road. So it was in the middle of the road. Now our next story is kind of depressing but really interesting at the same time. So a university student was working on a project to find out, information about turtles crossing the road in an effort to help them, I guess. I don't know how you could help them, but he was trying to find that out. So what he did was take a fake turtle and put it in the middle of a lane. So a car driving wouldn't hit it. Even if it would just go right over it. But what he found was that many drivers swerved to intentionally hit the fake turtle. Wow. That is so depressing. I mean, come on. Why you gotta mess with the turtle? He didn't do anything. It's not like he's this ferocious beast. People just love to attack weak things. That's so cruel. In a fairly interesting drunk story, a man invited over his friend just for some drinks, and what ended up happening was the man asked if his friend would accept oral sex from his wife. So the guy invited over his friend, and then the guy was trying to get his wife to perform oral sex on his friend. And I guess he would watch it or whatever, and then they would have a threesome. So he proposed that to his friend. And after the friend was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not interested in dudes. I don't want you around. I'll, let your wife blow me in the other room, but that's it. This is when the guy became super irate and attacked his friend with a baseball bat. So the moral of the story here is, if one of your friends asks you to accept oral sex from his wife, girlfriend, whoever, you better accept or you might get beaten with a baseball bat. So do you guys remember that whole thing in Miami where there was the guy on bath salts and he was naked and he ate a homeless man's face? Well, guess what? There's more naked, crazy people in Miami. So in this story, a man naked broke into a home and started choking the Rottweiler that was inside the home. So I'm guessing it's a Rottweiler. It probably attacked the guy or was going to, but he was choking it, and the owner eventually saw and shot the guy in the leg. He wasn't killed or anything. Yeah, that's not a good sight, you know. Someone breaks into your house in the middle of the night, they're naked. It's a little weird. You know, obviously they're not there to take anything. I don't know what burglar would be naked. It just seems like the worst idea ever. And no worries, I have another naked person story. I know you guys just love them. In California, a bunch of people called the police after a naked man was waving an assault rifle outside of someone's house. The guy ended up leaving, but the cops were chasing him. So they eventually caught up to him on the road, and he just came out of his vehicle, had a samurai sword, and was like, "Just kill me now." They didn't kill him, but he ended up being taken into custody, obviously. But, you know, it seems like there's a rampage of naked people recently. So if you guys see a naked person, probably just avoid contact unless it's someone like you know and you're like about to do the deed, or, you know, I don't know, maybe you're just see a lot of naked people in your everyday life. If it's normal, all right. But if you see like a naked person in the middle of the, like on the sidewalk, you should probably just walk away. I'm telling you now, there are a lot of crazy naked people lately. I don't trust them. In Florida, a man was arrested after leaving his baby at a liquor store. So I guess this liquor store was, it was in the same building as a strip club. So I'm not sure if they were like, you know, it's a liquor store within a strip club. I think they were actually separate, but they were in the same building. Something along those lines, basically. And the guy went to get liquor, right? And then he decided to leave his baby in the liquor store so that he could go to the strip club. Now, see, this is what I don't understand, because let's think about this. Like, why wouldn't you take the baby to the strip club? Do babies not love boobs? Because I'm pretty sure they like them too. Every year, a Michigan university releases a list of banned words. So while it's not binding by any means, like the words aren't officially banned or anything like that, it's just they take a bunch of suggestions from people all over the world on what English words that should be banned because they're overused or just stupid. Among the banned words were YOLO. These are the top words, by the way. These are the ones that were like, you know, asked to be banned by the most people. So YOLO, spoiler alert, which I don't see what the problem is about spoiler alert, because I actually like that. I like to be warned when there might be a spoiler. You know, I don't know why you would want to ban that. Like, who actually likes getting a TV show ruined for them because someone couldn't use the word spoiler alert or spoiler? I don't know. I didn't get that one. And then most of the other words were political, like fiscal cliff, job creators, stuff like that. And then another one I didn't really get was trending. Trending was on there. I guess a lot of hate for Twitter, apparently. That's the end of Weird News. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And if you want to click the screen, you can check out last week's Weird News. That's where it will take you to. Goodbye.